Well, last week we saw some amazing heats of the WA Bred Championship, and we've got a fantastic final brought together. Welcome to the Wednesday preview. I'm your host, Troy Iwanyk. Let's get stuck straight into this and talk about this amazing final. Let's go straight to the replay of Spooky Hook and check out what it did to get through to the final.
Racing, Spooky Hook jumped quickly on the inside, going the lead from Sunset Serengeti, quickly across to second inside scoop Custominelli, then followed by All About Rock, Arbolino, Gimli, last of all West on Astro. Spooky Hook shot away off the back, out by 3 on Sunset Serengeti, then followed by Inside Scoop. 7 lengths behind them was Arbolino, Custominelli, All About Rock, but Spooky Hook on the corner going strongly from Sunset Serengeti and Inside Scoop, and Spooky Hook Too Good wins by 2.5 lengths on Inside Scoop, Sunset Serengeti.
Well, an incredible win by Spooky Hook off the 2 box there, and we mentioned last week how even these heats were, and all 3 heats ran pretty similar times via the winners. Let's jump across now and look at Iconic Jet. This greyhound off the red was an incredible run as well. Let's watch that now.
Ready and racing. Iconic Jet began quickly on the inside, holds the lead from Sunset Pepe. Shy Emoji up on the inside to third. Sunset Mirage was wider. Emerald Guard Hinto. Well back Max's Odyssey. West on Smoky off the back. Iconic Jet out by 2. Sunset Pepe runs on, then followed by Shy Emoji. In behind them, Sunset Mirage, Emerald Guard as they start to swing though. Iconic Jet still in front. Sunset Pepe to the outside, trying to take ground off the leader. Iconic Jet's finding though, and Iconic Jet wins.
So a great run by Iconic Jet there off the red, as we just mentioned. Good time. Could there be some improvement for him? Well, we'll have to find out. But let's look at the next heat winner, Sunset Nightjar. It's been in great form. Again, jumped beautifully. Had the kennel mate Sunset Hornet in front, but was too good to get the job done as well. Let's check that out now.
They're ready and racing. Jumping quickly in the middle was Sunset Hornet ahead of Sunset Nightjar. Now we have a race on. Next of all was Wise Barra. Out wider was Curo. Well back in the field. All About Cole along with All About Stone. Sunset Pacquiao off the back. Sunset Hornet levelling up to the outside. Sunset Nightjar. They eyeball each other off the Sunset off the back. Out by 3. Wise Barra runs into third and then followed by Curo on the corner. Sunset Nightjar put paid to Sunset Hornet quickly, and Sunset Nightjar races clear or went clear and won by 3/4.
Well, let's look at the field now as we bring it up. It's created a lot of conversation to be had because it's such an open race. Sunset Serengeti off the red, Nightjar in the 2. Now, Nightjar has been going very, very well. We know that. Can run very quick time as well, but Serengeti off the inside is going to make this very interesting. Spooky Hook showed pace last week again. We know that greyhound's very talented. The Hornet, it showed pace last week but was run down by the kennel mate. How's it going to go from the squeeze draw with so much pace around it this week? Iconic Jet, well, he moves to the 5 after going off from the red. He's going to have to be at his absolute best in this race to get the clean run early. Emerald Guard, now this is a greyhound I really do want to talk about. When we watched the replay of Iconic Jet before, he absolutely stormed home, made many, many lengths going to the line. We spoke about this greyhound rebuilding back into some really good form at the moment. Could he peak in this final and be too good for some of these greyhounds? Now, he's going to have a clean run, but if he gets that, he could be very, very close at the finish. Shy Emoji, a greyhound that's probably going to need luck from the wide draw to get in the race, but does storm home. And Inside Scoop, another greyhound probably not suited by the draw brilliantly, but with a race so open, anything could happen. And now, we spoke about how open this race is. We spoke about how Iconic Jet has drawn the squeeze box, and it is a bit of a tough draw. Let's hear what Shayne Williams had to say about his runner.
Yeah, well, it's very open. You see, like a lot of the dogs that run placings in the heats have gone very much similar times, so that's probably whatever's going to get the best luck on the night. A lot of the speed's on the inside, so shouldn't get any pressure from the outside. It's just a matter of how he jumps. He should improve a bit off that run, like he only had the 1/400 in 2 weeks, so he did trial 27.04 before I left to go to Adelaide, so I know he can sort of get down to that sort of time, so you can find another length and a half or 2 lengths and get down to the 27 dead mark. That's going to put him up there somewhere, you would think.
Well, as we heard there from Shayne Williams, a very open race and a very tough race to try and find a winner in. I think the inside division is probably going to have the better of the luck here. There is a lot of pace, but if one of those greyhounds can find the front, I think they're going to be tough to catch. Serengeti, Nightjar, if any of those, even Spooky Hook, get to the arm, they're very good on the arm, and they're going to be, with such even times last week, I think they're going to be tough to catch. My Smoky, Emerald Guard, I just his run in the heats was so eye-catching. He loves this track. If he gets a clean run, I still think he could be a great each-way bet as well. So that's my tip for the WA Bred Championship final. Be sure to check that out because it is an incredible race. Now, on the same card on Saturday night, not just that race to look at, plus all the others, but race 7, we've got an amazing 488 metre free-for-all. This is just stacked with talent. Wise Barrow we saw from the heats last week. Morfetta Cruz, he's been flying of late. We know how good he is. Curo, he's another greyhound on the rise I speak about a lot. Pepe, yes, Pepe does what Pepe wants, but Pepe's capable at best, and he could also put himself in this race. Tweak Freak doesn't need the right run, but could feature. Shimmer Dream, a best time of 27.53, definitely could feature here with the right run. And the greyhound we've been regarding as the Prince of Mandurah to take over from the King Hinto in the past, My Anarchy Boy draws the 8. Is he back to his best here? He won last start. Can he go on with it from here? We know how good this greyhound is. It's an incredible race. I think I'm leading towards Morfetta Cruz and My Anarchy Boy. I think those two greyhounds are really going to be strong into this race, but definitely one to check out. And as I always say, if you like something in this race, have a play on it because it is a really strong open race and a great support card to what the WA Bred Championship final can produce. Well, let's cross over to the Friday night program now. An amazing 400 metre free-for-all. Our Benson off the red, Jimmy's Jet off the 3, Crumble Manelli in the pink. Now, Crumble, we know he's a star, this greyhound. He was a little bit hit and miss for a period there. He got his mojo back. What's he going to do from the pink box on Friday night? Well, look, with the right run, he can be right in this race. We know how talented he is. He is a star of a greyhound. He just needs to get that box manners and then that early pace like he used to show. And if he does that, he's going to be right in it. Jimmy's Jet off the 3. Now, this greyhound, he's been a star on the rise over the sprint journey. He hasn't raced for a month. And let's have a look at the last win he had and the replay of that.
Ready, racing. Jimmy's Jet began quickly on the inside of Min Smiley, coming across out wide. Speedy Genie, a little bit twisted there, got dragged down. What a Ripper gets through. Matrix Bale and Unleash Mayhem off the back. Jimmy's Jet in full flight, out by 4 lengths on a little bit twisted, then followed by Min Smiley. What a Ripper around the corner. Jimmy's Jet's nicely clear, and Jimmy's Jet goes on and wins again. Second goes away a little bit twisted.
He's a real talent on the rise, Jimmy's Jet. We know how good this greyhound is. He's taken it all before him, as we've mentioned. This is a really tough race for him, though. First run back from a month. No doubt Paul Stewart would have this greyhound spot on for this run. But our Benson, last start winner off the red, he's very capable. He shouldn't be overlooked here at all. And Crumble Manelli, as we've mentioned before, he's the older stager compared to Jimmy's Jet, and he's taken it all before him in the past. We know how capable he is. Such an open race. I'm going to lead with Jimmy's Jet. Now, that's going to sound odd after all I've just said about Benson and Crumble, but I do think this greyhound will be spot on. Over the 400, I think he'll be a little bit fresh. I think he'll come out running. If he does that and lands on the arm, we know how explosive his pace is, and with that explosive pace, I think he can put a little bit of a margin on Benson and Crumble Manelli, and it might just be enough to hold on. So no surprises really in that race, but a race we definitely need to tune in and watch because it is such an incredible field of 3 amazing sprinters. Now, let's look at tonight's program at Mandurah. 6:41 p.m. the first race. Free entry, as always, at Greyhounds WA venues. My tip, race 3, number 5, Kenya Iceman. Same tip as last week, same field as last week. Unfortunately, that meeting was abandoned. My analysis, well, it was quite thorough, and James found it quite amusing last week. You can check all that out on last week's version of the Wednesday preview. That was all detailed, but I'm sticking with him tonight. I think Kenya Iceman gets the job done just over Sunset Worm. But look, plenty of action over the weekend. If you can't get down there, we'll see you next week on the Wednesday preview.